Hello Purple Class, welcome to our last story time. I can't wait to read stories and poems to you in person. It's going to be so much fun. Today I'm going to read another poem out of this book called Nonsense Songs by Edward Lear. The poem that I'm going to read to you is one of my favourites. It's called The Jumblies. They went to sea in a sieve they did, in a sieve they went to sea. In spite of all their friends could say, on a winter's morn, on a stormy day, in a sieve they went to sea. And when the sieve turned round and round, and everyone cried, you'll all be drowned, they called aloud, our sieve ain't big, but we don't care a button, we don't care a fig. In a sieve we'll go to sea. And can you see them in their sieve boat? I wonder what the problem might be with using a sieve as a boat. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. So if you look carefully, can you see their green heads and their blue hands? What bizarre creatures, how odd, how strange. They sailed away in a sieve they did, in a sieve they sailed away. In a sieve they sailed so fast, with only a beautiful pea green veil tied with a ribbon by way of a sail. So a veil is a piece of material. It's normally used to cover something, but they've used it as the sail on their sieve boat. To a small tobacco pipe mast, and everyone said who saw them go, oh, won't they be soon upset, you know, for the sky is dark and the voyage is long, and happen what may, it's extremely wrong in a sieve to sail so fast. So all of their friends are saying, you can't go in a sieve to sea. It's a horrible day. The journey is so long. They don't think that they're going to make it. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. The water it came in, it did. The water it soon came in. So to keep them dry, they wrapped their feet in a pinky paper all folded neat, and they fastened it down with a pin. So they're using paper to stop their feet getting wet. Maybe you can try this at home. And they passed the night in a crockery jar, and each of them said, how wise we are! Though the sky be dark and the voyage be long, yet we never can think we were rash or wrong, while round in our sieve we spin. So they think that they're being really, really clever, and they don't think they're wrong to go on this journey. Can you see them in the crockery jar? Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. And all night long they sailed away, and when the sun went down, they whistled and wobbled on moony song to the echoing sound of a coppery gong. In the shade of the mountains brown, oh, Timbaloo, how happy we are when we live in a sieve and a crockery jar, and all night long in the moonlight pale we sail away with a pea green sail. In the shade of the mountains brown. Gosh, they're so happy for people that are in a sieve and are getting very wet. So it says that they warbled a moony song, which means that they sang it quite softly. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. They sailed to the western sea, they did, to a land all covered with trees. And they bought an owl, and a useful cart, and a pound of rice, and a cranberry tart, and a hive of silvery bees. And that's pictures of all of the things that they bought. There's more. And they bought a pig and some green jackdaws and a lovely monkey with lollipop paws and 40 bottles of ringberry and no end of Stilton cheese. So there's a picture of what the other things they had bought. Now I've said this plenty of times, so I'm hoping you can join in now. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. And in 20 years they all came back, in 20 years or more, and everyone said, how tall they've grown, for they've been to the lakes and the Torrible Zone and the hills of the Chankly Bore. So they've travelled to all of those places. And they drank their health and gave them a feast of dumplings made of beautiful yeast. Dumplings, I really like Mrs. Barker's dumplings. And everyone said, if we only live, we too will go to sea in a sieve, to the hills of the Chankly Bore. So after all that, everybody wants to do the same. I wonder if they'd be as good, if they'd be so successful. And for the last time, far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. I really hope you like that poem. Like I said, it's one of my favourites. I really cannot wait to see you, Purple Class. I'm so excited. Not long left. See you soon.